Vivian, I'm very excited to report that I noticed some growth in your speech, especially with regards to your clarity. This is perhaps the slowest speech I've ever seen you give. Usually in your speeches, you're running and racing, going from point to point to point to point to get everything exciting into the speech under the time limit, and we lose you sometimes. I very much appreciate that you took the time to deliberately and slowly hold our hand and walk us through the points of your speech to make sure that we would understand the entirety of it. I very much wanted to appreciate you there. That being said, all of the other trimmings of your being an expert speaker were there. You used the full range of your voice from whispering to us at the beginning to borderline yelling at us to make sure that we got your point. You used a great job of keeping your eyes on the camera, even to a humorous effect at the end when you were looking at us pretty intensely. You had great movement throughout the speech, but especially at the very beginning when you were exaggerating the speech preparations, I found that to be quite humorous. And for your audience awareness, you did something I don't think I've ever seen before. You showed how your speech relates in theme to the previous speeches that were already given from a little bit of a meta perspective, which I thought was really cool. You were obviously very comfortable on the stage by owning it. And I want to talk a little bit more about the interest of your speech and how it relates to us. You shared that the main point you got from your path was to learn from every single statement, even from those who are unlikely you to learn from or who you may not even like. You encouraged us to adopt a mindset of continual learning, to always be searching for opportunities for growth in any and all forms, which of course encourages us to approach the world with a more open and accepting mind and helps our days go by much more smoothly while learning along the way. So I very much appreciate that you included that lesson in your speech. You excelled in one very important way. One of the most common suggestions I make during evaluations is to inject some dynamism into the given speech to give the audience something to look at as well as listen to. I do not have to give that suggestion to you. This is a field in which you truly excel. As a former student of the stage myself, I recognized several of the techniques we learned to employ intentional physical movement and pantomime, while also using the full range and rate of your voice to emphasize your points. Your performance was captivating. Now, the point of the speech was to share what you've learned over the course of your path, and you certainly did that by walking us through your journey toward the end of your speech. I did notice, however, that you ran up pretty close to the end of the clock going over your entire journey, which was quite extensive. I would challenge you to work on shortening your summaries a little bit in order to make the delivery of your points just that more poignant, while better allowing you to more comfortably stay in time. To summarize, I appreciate to see how you've grown by slowing down your delivery. You effectively addressed the goal of your speech while uncovering a new challenge in the form of giving more succinct summaries. And you've shown brightly as a well-practiced performer who's skilled at entertaining her audience, no matter the subject as discussion. Great job, Vivien.
Thank you, Ryan. Now I need to apologize.